All right, hello everyone. This is the Harbor and Light. I'm Mary. I give a conservative perspective about the world around me. So feedback is greatly important. Feel free to reach out to me in the means that you choose. All right, so some of the audio platforms that I'm on Spreaker, I'm on Spotify, I'm on Pandora, I'm on iHeartRadio, just to name a few. All right, so it's Friday, so I'm focusing in on fashion. This time, the city of Lisbon. Let's go. Okay, so here are some of my thoughts before I get into the facts of the matter. So it's quite interesting with Portugal. They all accompany each other with language, and then the main focus here is, of course, fashion. But how the people converse, because it's quite interesting. And I think this says everything about the aspects of Portugal and the culture. So when I was in college, particularly when I was wrapping up my 4-year degree, I was taking another language. And because, that's mostly the requirement, whether you want to or not. But I didn't mind because I like to learn other languages. But, I was just having a conversation, and I was taking a class, and a young lady was explaining to me. We got on the conversation of talking about different languages, and she said that she really likes the Portugal language because it's very, as far as the aspects of the transition of the it flows a lot easier as far as the palate and speaking. As far as with French and Spanish and all of those influences in the language, and then to where it's more, appeasing to hear. It's very pretty and beautiful, the language, and which is the aspects of which goes with the aspects of romantic languages. Is very flowery, and versus really. If you tonally harsh languages to learn, and it's one thing that also on top of this, it's a difference between learning something in a controlled environment and a language, and then there's another thing with going out and conversing with people who speak the language and learning from them. Because I can't stress that enough. If you and I think this equates a lot to, how you view your perspective of how you view your worldview here. So if you just, choose to center yourself in a bubble and say, hey, I want everything planned out, and I want this, I want that. Oh, that's nice, well and nice, but, typically that's not how life goes. But it's far richer to really immerse yourself in the culture if you want to learn the language. And I think on top of learning the language, the way in which people, their attire, what they find fashionable versus what they don't find fashionable, what they how they feel about fashion. Is it, a staple for their culture? And if it's not, why are the reasons, right, for that? Is it an economic reason why, or is it more of a not so much of a concrete reason why? And that is a good way to get the conversation going about the aspects of the culture and the country. And so I think that's also a little stepping stone into being sort of breaking the ice and the aspects of wanting to understand other cultures besides your own. All right, so with that said, I'm going to get in the aspects of this time. I'm going to just go back and talk about the overall tapestry of the history of fashion from Lisbon. Here we go. All right, of course, sources will be provided. Okay, so. All right, so here we go. It says Lisbon fashion history. So Lisbon has a rich fashion history that dates all the way back centuries, with its evolution influenced by the city's role as a hub of global marina, which is sea exploration, which was during the age of exploration. The city's fashion scene has seen significant developments from the extravagant styles of Queen Marie I to the contemporary designs of modern-day Lisbon-based designers. The city's fashion history is also reflected in its historical neighbors and fashion districts, such as Cuidado and the Principal Real, which continues to be a vibrant city of the style and innovation. All right, here we go. It says Queen Maria I. A notable figure of Lisbon's fashion history, Queen Maria I was known for her extravagant apparel and the patron of local artisans and tailors, which helped establish Lisbon as a major fashion center. Alexandria Mora, a pioneering designer in Lisbon contemporary fashion scene. Mora draws inspiration from Portugal's history and traditions, re-imaging the traditional fabrics like brodel into modern sculptural silhouettes. Luis Carvalho, another influential designer in Lisbon. Carvalho is known for his bold colors and geometric patterns, reflecting the city's vibrant and creative energy. Cuidado, this historic neighborhood in Lisbon, is a shopping mecca featuring a blend of bold and new, with iconic establishments like the Lavara Ulysses. It's a global shop dating back to 1925, and designers such as the Numogama store, Principal Real. This trendy neighborhood is the epic center of chic in Lisbon, which is the home to innovative designers and the concept stores like forgive me for the pronunciation of this, Empacada, which showcases a curated selection of clothing, accessories, and homewares of the city's most promising talents. All right, so let's stand on to that, delving into the fashion history and current trends of Lisbon. So, during the age of exploration, Portuguese sailors ventured far and wide in search of new lands, resources, and cultures. As they returned to Lisbon, these explorers brought with them a myriad of exotic fabrics, patterns, styles, which were infused into the local fashion scene. So rich, delicate silks and fine lace, for example, from the Far East, India, and Americas began to appear in the wardrobes of Lisbon's most fashionable forward inhabitants. All right, so beyond the golden age, Lisbon's fashion resurgent. Fast forward to the present day, it is clear that Lisbon's fashion scene has evolved once more. In recent years, a new generation of designers and boutiques has emerged, drawing with contemporary flair. It is a veritable melting pot of styles where the traditional and avant-garde coexist harmoniously. One cannot discuss Lisbon's contemporary fashion scene without mentioning the pioneering designer Alexandra Mora. Inspired by her country's history and traditions, Mora's collections are a testament to the transformative power of fashion. Her designs often feature traditional Portuguese fabrics such as barral, a thick wool used by shepherds, which she reimages into modern sculptural silhouettes. Mora's work has been showcased at international fashion weeks, and her visionary approach has earned her a following of loyal fashionistas. Expanding on to that, another notable figure in Lisbon's fashion landscape is designer Luis Carvalho. With a penchant for bold colors and geometric patterns, Carvalho's creations are a testament of Lisbon's thriving creative scene. His collections reflect the city's energy with playful and vibrant designs that challenge the status quo. Carvalho traditionally has pushed the boundaries, approaching his garners with widespread acclaim, so solidifying his place among Portugal's most promising designs and talents. Okay, I'm going to end on this. So, Principal Rio, the epic center of chic. For those seeking the cutting edge of Lisbon's fashion, look no further than the trendy neighborhood of Principal Rio. So, home to a multitude of innovative designers and concept stores, this distinct district has a haven for style mavens. Don't miss a visit to the whimsical boutique of Ricardo Preto, whose flamboyant creations are a reflection of Lisbon's daring spirit. Furthermore, a stop to the electric concept store, the Empacada, is a must, where one can pursue and create selection of clothing, accessories, and homewares by the city's most promising talents, which is housed to a stunning neo-Arabic place. As the sun sets on the terracotta rooftop of Lisbon, it is impossible not to be captivated by the city's infectious joie de vivir, the joy of life, from what I understand from Spanish. So the echoes of its storied past reverberate throughout its vibrant cities. So where the new generations of designers, artisans, and fashion enthusiasts continue to reinvent and redefine the city's legacy. So Lisbon's Fashion Week weaves a rich tapestry of traditional innovation and fearless self-expression as well as this. All right, so this reaches the end. I would greatly like to know what you all think. Feel free to reach out to me. And I really appreciate all the listeners out there, and I appreciate the listeners from Lisbon. Thank you all so much. All right, tune in, turn up, and absolutely take care. Bye-bye for now, and ciao.